And welcome to Social Impact TV, and it is my pleasure to be here with Mary Joyce.
Hey, Anna.
Hey, what's up? Okay, so you can find out more about her awesome history below here in the description, but for now, you were on Obama's campaign, yes?
I was, yep.
Yes.
2008, the first presidential campaign he ran.
So
It worked out well.
Tell me more about what inspired you to even get started in politics? Because was it always an interest of yours since you were young, or?
Yeah, so I worked on my first presidential campaign in 2000 when I was a senior in high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's the campaign that turned out a little funky that went to the Supreme Court.
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't know, I have just been interested in politics since I was really young.
And what role did you play in that campaign?
Oh, yeah, so I was just a volunteer. It was a candidate before Gore even was selected, which his name was Bill Bradley, and his office was, a half an hour drive from where I lived in the suburbs of New Jersey. And I was just stuffing a lot of envelopes and doing data entry on a computer, just really basic campaign tasks. But I actually think that stuff is really fun because you're just with all the other volunteers and you're kind of hanging and chilling and doing something very, minimal that is not, it's not stressful. It's just like, hey, I'm
part of something.
I'm part of something.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then how did that grow? How did your movement or involvement grow?
How did my involvement grow? Well, I became interested in social media and things. So then I became a digital activism person. And this was in 2008. I was at Harvard and I was talking to an advisor, mentor, and she's like, you should be involved in the presidential campaign because social media is so important. And I was like, yeah, I should. And so I actually quit my Harvard public policy program halfway through and went to work.
No, I didn't know that. You're a college dropout?
Yes, I'm a Harvard dropout. I'm literally a Harvard dropout. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, there's a good
in undergrad or grad school.
I did finish college.
Okay.
Yes, Mom, I finished college.
How hilarious! Like you just jumped ship and then
and then worked for the campaign, and we won.
Yes,
we won.
What would you say were the pivotal moments or the successes for that?
I think what really made it work was that he was a spectacular candidate.
Yes.
And then everything around it, everyone was really just good people and also really data driven. And so it was never, oh, this is a hunch. It was, let's test this out. So there was a lot of A/B testing. There's a software now called Optimizely that creates heat maps for your website. So where are people clicking? And that's actually a product that came out of the campaign. Wow. So it's just super rigorous, data driven, and everyone was super idealistic in the campaign. Like everyone was like, let's change America. So that spirit was really, it wasn't just the message, it was the people in the campaign
authentic.
Really
inside out
in making it a different kind of country.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, so cool. So what are you up to now? Or
Yes. Yeah. So my new project is called UNSTOPABLES, or the UNSTOPABLES. I'm still working on the branding. But it's basically a project to inspire and provide resources to and highlight citizens that are volunteering around the midterms and that are being active around the midterms, understanding that this is such an important election with regard to the direction of our democracy, with regard to healthcare, with regard to things like impeachment, if that's something that you care about. And just, voting is great and important, and it's just the first step in being an active citizen.
Right.
So,
and it's geared around how do we go beyond voting? Because
yes,
is that one of the obstacles? Because frankly, a lot of people don't vote, or even getting the vote out.
That's true. So the thing is that a lot of the way that campaigns get people out to vote is that they actually use volunteers. So there's canvassers, there's people that drive people to the polls. So even just getting other people to vote is something that requires volunteers and something that requires,
And is that something UNSTOPABLES helps with? Is gathering volunteers together, or
I'm gonna figure it out. I mean, at this point, I'm planning various road trips where I'm gonna go around the country volunteering for different campaigns and also highlighting the volunteers that are working there. I'm working on creating resources for activist groups like Indivisible. So those are groups of super active citizens that are going to be supporting candidates in the 2018 election and creating resources for them. But I'm basically just trying different things out and seeing what sticks.
Love it. Iterate, A/B testing.
Yes, exactly, right?
So if there's one thing that you could share as a message to people watching, what would that be?
Okay. It's just find some way to get involved in 2018 elections. If it's making a donation, awesome. If it's canvassing for one day, awesome. If it's just sharing content on social media from a candidate you believe in, so that other people who maybe even
That makes a difference.
that may be less politically aware than you can be like, oh, that's a candidate. I didn't know that's the person who was running. So there's a lot of things you can do, and it just wherever you are, just challenge yourself to step one up.
And how do you trust that when there's like a bubble or whatever, you know, with being inside one way of thinking, right? Like, how do you, any thoughts on that?
And being inside a bubble.
You know what I'm talking about? So all the fake news on Facebook and all that. So like, how do you know who to trust from the feeds and
yes.
So if you're sharing media, social media.
Yeah. So the candidates themselves are, that's a matter of public record. And if you're following the candidates, I mean, I guess it's true. A candidate could share information that's not true. I know that's not true. So I guess if something sounds fishy, just Google it and see what other outlets are saying about it. And if basically everyone's saying the same thing, you're probably good. If people are saying very different things, then it's maybe something that could be a little more sketchy.
That's a good simple.
Yeah, just Google it. Like, is this really true? Click, 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 and you can kind of see. Okay, are all the stories, all the first page stories in Google, are they all saying the same thing?
Discernment might be one way to get involved with 2018 learning how to do it, right?
Yeah. Figuring out what information is right, and then doing something about it, taking action.
Absolutely, that's what I love. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Anna.
Such a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thanks for being a change maker in the world. All right, that's it.
Awesome.
Central Back TV.